Hi there. I'm going to show you how to make a summary document view as seen on the screen right now. This is one of our latest features, and to start, I'll show you how we previously would create this in Layer. We have a product specs category with 13 different specs, and to create a table, I would create a separate category where we have one element to create that page in the document view, and this element would be a related element field where I have added the 13 specs here. So I will recreate this view for you by clicking into our views and creating a new view. Click Document View, and now you can see that the view settings have this additional section where we can choose from a single element, which is our default document view, one page per each element, or our summary table. I'll create this view. We have a blank page where I will continue to click this pencil to edit, and when I scroll all the way to the bottom, I have a summary table block. You'll see that all the other fields are not shown. We have this one field which shows all the elements here of the category. And I can also add additional columns, which will be all the fields. So let's add our images, the manufacturer name, the model name, dimensions, unit cost, quantity, and total. So you'll see here that I have the column sizing to fixed. If I do auto, it adjusts it a little more. But what will really help here is if I go to the product images, and now when I click this product images, it's highlighted in blue, and I have additional settings that I can use to control how the values in the column are displayed. So I want only the first file, and I'm going to center it and shrink it to 100, maybe 75. And I think auto looks a little better. And then another thing I can do here is that when I click, I'm still editing this summary table. Well, when I click the headings of each column, you see the cursor flashing, and that means that I can edit this. And that just is the display of these field names. I can update them to be something different. Publish the changes to save them. And then I'm going to close this edit mode. And then in view options, the three dots, I will go to page settings and change my orientation to landscape. Okay, so a few more things I want to show you here is how filters and sorting work. So there are two levels of filters you can add onto this. I might want to create a report of just chairs, and then let me save those changes. And that filter works like any other view in Layer. If I add a filter here where the status contains approved, ordered, or shipped, installed. So these are all chairs that have been approved or further. Okay, so now my table shows me the approved, ordered, and shipped chairs. And if I leave that filter on and I go back to my chair list, let's say all of these chairs have now been approved. So I'm going to update that. This summary document view has now been updated to show approved or further chairs, and that's all 5 chairs. This is an improvement over our previous workflow, because before the only way we could control what was on this table was by adding those specific elements. So you can still create the same table. The problem is that your control of what is on the table is very manual, whereas now you can use the filters a little more powerfully, where the changes you make will be reflected directly into the table. Another thing that our summary document view feature lets you do is that if I select the summary table and go to any column, for example, unit cost, there you can do a column summary. So I can find the average of the unit cost. And if I want to add a label there, it says that the average is this amount. This is similar to how our table views work in that if I show the unit cost, that if I click this, I can summarize and show the average, and you'll see the average there. I can also show counts. We have 5 here. You can also see it here. All of these summaries that we are able to do in table view are also available to you in the summary document view under each column, under column summary. And everything else about creating the layout is the same as our regular document view, where we have the same blocks, containers to control the look of the report. The only difference is now that instead of having one page per element, we can create a table within the same category that you're working in.